Good evening. Thank you for tuning in today. This is going to just be a short video. It's meant to give you some information about the upcoming events, what we're doing this weekend, and to give you some clarity on some questions that you might have. So this is meant to be just a moment of Q&A. So we just got a few questions, and I hope I can provide the right answers for you to give you some peace and give you some comfort to let you know what we're doing and what we have planned.
Pastor Green, when is the church going to reopen?
The church is going to reopen this Friday night. We're having a night of worship and prayer and praise with the Eden Praise team, myself, and also the dancers here. That's going to be at 7 o'clock on Friday night. But then on Sunday morning, we're going to open to the public again as well, a normally scheduled worship service at 11 o'clock.
What is the governmental standard of reopening?
The president and the CDC together have come up with what they call phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. This Friday evening begins phase 1. And when phase 1, churches are allowed to reopen at 50% capacity.
How will we do social distancing in a church setting?
And the standards are 50% capacity. And because our church can seat around 400, 450 people, we're going to take half of the seats out, and we're going to spread the seats out further to accommodate social distancing.
What safety measures do you have in place to help prevent the spread of COVID-19?
With the addition of spreading the seats out, we're also going to try and do things in a sort of a hands-free sort of way. Our offering will be before and after service in a drop box to limit the offering box being spread around. So people can then put their offering in before or after service. People might come in wearing a mask. If they do not have a mask, we'll have a mask provided for them if they request one. We just want to make sure everybody's safe. We'll have stations around us in the foyer area, and then also at the back of the sanctuary for hand sanitizer for those coming in and out of the sanctuary.
If the virus is still active, then why are we reopening?
We never really closed in the first place. We had to downsize because of the governor's request that stated we couldn't have large gatherings of 10 or more. And so we continue to have service on Thursday, on Sunday, but it was meant to do online streaming. So we never really closed. We just had to limit the people that came. But now that the restrictions are being lifted a little bit, we're going to invite the people back. And we feel like it's the safe time to do it because before we prayed about it, we talked about it, and we discussed what the standards were at the very beginning, and then we closed the church. But now that the government are now saying that the standards are a little bit different now, restrictions can be lifted, there's a measure of peace now with prayer and also looking at things so that we feel comfortable reopening.
How will you protect the most vulnerable?
The most vulnerable are going to be our seniors. So we're asking our seniors to use their own discretion. We know that the virus has been the most active and the most detrimental to our seniors. And so we welcome our seniors back, but we also want them to understand to use discretion, to be careful. We still will be streaming online for those that decide to stay home. I hope this answers a few of your questions that you might have, safety concerns. We're going to take every available measure to make sure everyone is safe. But we are too very much excited and anxious to get back to having everybody back in the house together again. So we're excited about this weekend, about reopening. We're going to be prayerful. We're going to be mindful. We're going to be cautious in every way. But we're still going to look forward to worshiping the Lord with our church family this weekend.